Hi guys, my name's Andy Lehman from freedomskillsacademy.com. So today's Life Bible extract is not necessarily a chapter in the Life Bible. Actually, it's something I wanted to talk about, so it falls under the same sort of thing. As you've probably seen in other videos, if you want a copy of the Life Bible, just go to this link above my head and you can get yourself a free physical copy there. Just pay the shipping. Okay, so today we're going to talk about why you should spend possibly an hour or two each day working on your own dream rather than working on somebody else's. Now, a lot of people haven't probably figured this out, but when you work for somebody else, when you work for another company, or whether you work, whoever your employee is, your employer is, you are, as an employee, you are enabling and building their dream. So if their dream was to create a business which meant that they could employ several people to do a certain job, allowing them to have more freedom, allowing them to earn more money, and so that they can take more holidays and do more stuff without having to actually work, then every hour you spend in that job, you are building their dream for them. You are enabling that reality for them, which is great. Lots of people love going to work. Lots of people love having the job. They love having no responsibilities. They like to just sort of go to work and then come back. That is perfectly fine. That is great. But you also have to remember that a job is also known as the JOB is just over broke. So that's what it stands for. A job. We like to think a job is something that you go to do to earn money, but a job is also known as JOB, just over broke. Because every time you have a job, unless you've got yourself into a position where you have a reputation or a skill set where you get paid a premium rate, or if you have a reputation and you've landed yourself in a top job like a CEO or whatever, a brain surgeon, you can only earn, whatever you're going to earn is basically just going to keep you just over broke. Because every time you earn something, you're paying for these living costs which are going up there. We know that rent rates are getting more expensive, wages aren't particularly going up, then there's inflation. And all this kind of stuff is eating into your money. So when you're actually earning a job, a lot of the money you're getting is being spent. And then if they're spent on expenses and living costs, but then if you start spending it on takeaway food and entertainment and stuff like that, which obviously you should do because it's your money and you need to have a good life, then a lot of your money is being eaten away, being eroded, and you're left with nothing. So, your monthly, by the end of the month, once your wages are come in, a lot of it's gone and you need to go back to work to earn more money. So the thing is, like I said, if you want to do that, then that's great. But if you've got any dreams, if you've got any aspirations, if there's something that you want to achieve in life, or you're something you want to do, then if you're not careful, you're going to miss out on all that. Because if you don't spend at least an hour or two a day on your own dream, and as we know, most dreams are going to be funded by money, however we look at it, all money is going to be a result of your efforts. So it depends on what your dream is. If your dream is to go and travel more, you're going to need money to do that. If your dream is to become a professional footballer, then eventually the professional football, if you make it, well, you'll be rewarded with the funds for a later date. Then you can build your freedom money, your FO fund. But to actually achieve the things that you want, you are going to have to spend at least an hour or two working on your own dreams. Because if you don't, you're going to end up spending possibly the next God knows how many years working for other people's dreams. Maybe not the same person, you'll probably swap jobs left, right and centre. But every time that you're working for somebody else, you are enabling their reality, you are enabling their dreams, you are building their dreams up, you are giving them the freedom and the money that they chose. But they were probably once like you, unless they've actually bought the business or inherited the business from family or was born into the business. If they had a dream and they decided that they needed some money and they wanted to do it without, working all the time themselves, they probably started a business, and then they probably started to employ people to eventually replace them, and so that they could have more freedom and more time and more money. Which basically means that they are now living their dream, which is probably of freedom and extra money in the bank. If that's your dream, then you need to start working on something so that you can work towards it and hopefully achieve what it is that you want. Because if you don't, as I say, you are going to be enabling their dream. You're reinforcing their dream. You are working for that person. You are making their dream stronger and you're keeping their dream alive. In the meantime, your dreams are not being worked on. So again, it's quite an obvious thing, but again, lots of people don't see the obvious. They don't give it much thought, because it's easy to get into habits. It's easy to get into a rut. It's very easy to go to work in the morning, come home at night, feel knackered, have something to eat, sit down in front of the telly for half an hour, and then before you know it, it's time to go to bed. And it's the same thing for 5 days of the week, depending if you're working 5 days. Weekends, you might have 2 days off. Some people may not. Some people work 6 days. Some people work a weekend and have a day off in the week. Whatever it is, it's very easy to get into a sort of a system, to a habit. It's very easy to overlook your own dreams. You can have your dreams, you can sit there, you can talk to your friends about your dreams over coffee, you can have a beer and you can say, I want to do this, I'm going to do that. But unless you actually start working towards those dreams, nothing's going to happen. And so it is paramount that you spend at least an hour or two a day working on your own goals and dreams, because if you don't, all you're going to be doing is working on other people's dreams and goals. So in previous videos, either my videos, the Life Bible Extracts, or the videos that I've done with John, the podcasts, the Freedom Hustles podcast, we've talked about sort of getting up an hour early in the morning, sort of joining joining the 6 a.m. club, and that's spending an hour a day or an hour in the evening working on your dreams. We've talked about this in previous podcasts, so go and have a look at those. But like I say, if you've got to try and carve the time out, I know a lot of people are busy, they have families, they don't have the time. It's very easy for people to say that. There's lots of lifestyle coaches and gurus out there who like to tell you that you all have 24 hours in the day. We all have the same time. It's 24 hours a day. But some people are young and single who live with their parents, who have got a pocket full of cash, not paying rent, and they have no children, no dependents. And compared to others who have, you probably got half a dozen responsibilities. You might have a partner who is poorly. You've probably got 2 or 3 children. You've got parents who maybe need looking after in their later life. You might have someone who's seriously ill. You might be working 2 jobs just to keep the mortgage paid. There could be lots of different reasons why you are in a different circumstance to somebody else. So it's very easy for people to say that you have 24 hours a day like everybody else. Yes, in the universal sense, in the biological nature sense, we do all have 24 hours a day. We do all go by the same clock, but we all have different individual lives. So I understand and appreciate that. And I am in no way trying to say that you should pull your socks up and get on. And if this 24-year-old single guy who lives at home with his parents, doesn't have a job, who's got loads of money, has managed to carve out a 6-figure business in his spare time, then, I'm not going to say that you're going to do exactly the same, because that'd just be, basically I'd just be a knob. To be fair, that would just be so wrong. I'm not going to say that, because everyone's different. But what I'm going to say is that please be mindful and please be aware that if you have dreams, achievement, if you have dreams, aspirations, and there's things that you want to do and achieve, that you need to at least find some time each day to work on them, because if you don't, all you are going to do is build up other people's dreams. And that would be a shame, because life is wonderful. Life is to be lived. We need to enjoy life. What's the point of being here? Why are we alive? Being alive is a gift. Being human is a blessing. It's just, we live on this wonderful planet. We are supposed to enjoy. We are supposed to enjoy the stuff we have. And if we're not careful, we get imprisoned into a cycle of work where, as I say, you're not actually working. You're working to survive, but a lot of the time as well, you're working to give them a better life, to keep their dreams alive and make their dreams more of a reality. And you don't need to be doing that for yourself. You need to be focusing on your own dream. And so if that means having to try and find an hour or two each day, whether it be at 6 o'clock in the morning or when the children have gone to bed or in your lunch break, whatever it is, you need to find that time. Talking about lunch break, I was just reading about a copywriter in Australia who he was working on a gas refinery, and he was it was fairly good pay by the sounds of it, but it was also very dangerous. And so he was doing writing work in his lunch break. He's since managed to leave that, and he's now a highly paid copywriter, possibly on 6 figures a year now, focusing on his own email list and his own copywriting industry, own business. And he did all that by working in his lunch break. So he found the time to work on his dream, which has meant that he's been able to chase his dream, follow his dream, live his dream, and achieve the results that he wanted, and to stop working for the other person and stop enabling their dream. So I'm going to bring this video to a close now. It started to ramble on a little bit, but I think you're getting the whole gist of this, and that is, if you have dreams and aspirations and you want to do something in your life, then please start trying to work on your own dream, an hour or two a day, just so that you're going to get closer, because if you don't, then you're going to get trapped, possibly get trapped in a lifestyle where your dreams are going to get further and further, where you're going to hit 40, 50, you're going to look back and think, I never did that. But all the time you are helping build other people's dreams, you are paying for their dreams and keeping their dreams alive. It should be a shame if you don't do it for yourself. So I'm going to bring this video to a close and just say, as you probably know, Life Bible, it's a free physical book that I wrote. You can have a free copy if you go to freedomskillsacademy.com. The link is just above my head. Go there, get yourself a free copy, pay shipping, and we'll send it to you wherever you are in the world. So again, thank you very much for watching this video, and I shall speak to you again in the next one. So I'll see you soon. Thanks. Goodbye.